So, hi Gaurav.
Yeah, Niti. So I think all joined now. We can continue.
Okay. So cool. Give me 1 minute. I'll share my screen. Perfect. Okay. So hello guys. I'm going to be your instructor for this particular course. Okay. So I hope everyone here will be fine. So first of all, before going into this particular one, I would like to know what do you think about this course? Like, what is CCNA? Yes, CCNA is a certification, but why? Why should we do that? And what are the benefits we will get out of it? And what is the value of this certification? Okay. So anyone knows the answers to these questions? Before me, I mean, we going to the topic and all. Why is it so important to have that degree in your resume? Okay, why? How much value will it add to your resume? Anyone knows these questions? Answers to these questions? Yeah, Anwar, Ahmad, Shahzad. Anwar, I cannot hear you in case if you're talking. Anwar? Is my voice audible? Because I can see people in the chat saying that my voice is not coming. Is my voice audible, guys? Hello?
Audible.
Okay, okay. So we'll go ahead. So CCNA is nothing but the Cisco Certified Network Associate. Okay, Anju, Bala. So you want to answer this? Anju, Bala, I can see you raise your hand. Or any others. You can just unmute and talk. Okay, so as I'm not hearing any answers from the person, so I'll go ahead and do it. Okay. So Cisco is a leading company giant. Okay, so CCNA is nothing but Cisco Certified Network Associate. That means Cisco is going to certify you guys. Okay, so I mean there will be an exam definitely. Once you pass that, Cisco will definitely certify you guys that you are a network engineer. That means you are eligible to work with routers and switches. Okay, so now you might ask me the question, why it is so important to learn about routers and switches? So the answer is simple. Right now, all we are connected over internet. Internet is the next big thing in the coming future. Okay, just imagine our lives 10 years back and imagine the impact which internet is making in our today's life. Okay, so everything right from studying, right now we are connected over the internet. Studying, right now we are connected over the internet. Guys, please be on mute. Gaurav, can you please everyone? I mean,
Yeah, I'll do it 1 minute.
I'm not the host again.
Yeah, now Niti, you can manage. You're the host now.
Yeah, thank you. Cool. So these people are going to certify you about that. Okay, you can manage, and why internet is a very big thing in the upcoming future. Okay, so now in the CCNA, you are going to learn the basics of all the things for your career. Okay, so what is a router? What is a switch? How does my voice, which I'm speaking to you guys here, is reaching to you guys exactly? Why it is not going to other devices? How is it that done on the routers and switches? Okay, so all these questions will be answered in this particular course. Okay, this course is designed by Cisco, and we will be discussing according to Cisco content only. Okay, so this will be our template for the course. Okay, this will be an 8-week course. Okay, Monday to Friday, weekdays batch. Okay, So I will be covering
So
this.
Niti, let's announce both the batches. So guys, the one is on weekdays, that is 8:30 or 9 o'clock is the timing for this batch, and one more batch we are starting on the weekend, coming Saturday, that is 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. That is on the weekend.
So those are the two batches. Okay, based on your availability and interest, you can either opt for weekdays or weekend. Okay. So I will be following this particular template or the syllabus, which is released officially from Cisco. Okay, this is not prepared by me. If you see the link and all, so it is from cisco.com only. So everything, whatever is mentioned here in their syllabus, okay, will be covered in the course. Okay, so I won't go deep into the topics on what is not, but I will say you how I'm going to train you guys in the next 8 weeks, how my approach is going to be in this particular batch. First, I will be starting. First question I need to answer here is many of the people will ask this question in my sessions. Okay, should I know any basics? Should I learn something? Something. It is good if you have the knowledge, but I don't. I don't say that it is something is required to start in this course, because I'm going to start right from the basics. Okay, and always you have this option of unmuting and talking to me. Okay, you can directly talk to me if you have any doubts. Let's say today I'm explaining about network devices. What is a router? What is a switch? And if you guys didn't understood the topic, you always have a option to unmute and ask, hey, I didn't understood this process, the particular topic. Can you please repeat it again? So that is always a good handy tool which you have in this course. Okay, and there are no requirements. If you have, it will be good. Okay, if you don't have, that is not never going to make you go out of this course. Okay, so because I'm going to start right from the basics, right from the history of internet, not even I'll directly not even go to routers and switches. Okay, how the internet has started, from where it has started, how it has started, and how it is going to continue. Okay, so this will be the course content. First, all the basics, okay, which are required. So you might be hearing about this particular term called IP address. What is IP address? Anyone know? What is IP address? So all you guys have a name, right? So if you guys see, I have 17 different people joining this particular calls. Okay, so how do I identify a person? Let's say if I want to talk to one person. So how do I call that particular person? By using his name. So IP address is nothing but the name to the device. Let's say you wanted to give some instructions to a particular router. Let's say there are 100 routers in the network. Okay, and you want to send some information to one network. So how are you going to talk to that device? Okay, so here, if I want to call you guys, I will be using your name. Hey, Gaurav, hey, Simran. So something like that. Okay, so here also the same thing. If I want to talk to a device, I'll be using the IP address. I'll make a connection with that, and I'll push whatever the commands which I wanted to do it. Okay, so this is about the first thing. Okay, all the basics will be covered in the first part of the initial part of the course. So this will be around 2 to 3 weeks of the course. Okay, all the basics will be covered. Then we will be more slowly moving on to the switching part of it. Okay, so people who have some idea, they know what is switching. Switching is nothing but there is an equipment in our particular networks which we use called as switches. Okay, so how does these switches work? How do they forward the traffic? On what basis they will forward the packet? What is MAC address? So all these details will be clearly discussed in this particular. Okay, so this switching, in this switching part, we will be having discussing about what are the different switching concepts, or like how does the switch learns about the MAC address table, all these details. And along with that, we will be discussing about the most important topic, which is VLANs. Okay, so VLANs is such a important topic in CCNA, VLAN and STP in the switching concepts. So these are nothing but how are you going to manage your networks? Let's say there are in a network, okay, multiple users are there. Okay, one from accounts department, one from the IT department, one from guest. So how are you going to divide them virtually? That means, see, at the end of the day, these will be logging to the devices by using a PC. But how can you group them? Okay, how can you group them on the switch? So that is the concept of VLAN. So virtually we will be creating such groups on the switches, and we will be saying to the switch that, hey, all these people are from accounts department. All these people are from sales department. All these people are from IT department. Okay. So all these things will be covered under the VLAN, okay, at a high level overview. Okay. We will go in depth in our particular course whenever we are discussing these topics. And then coming to the next one, which is STP. Okay. So STP is again a very, very, very important thing, both for the course and the interviews. Okay. Definitely wherever whatever the interview you attend, there will be questions on STP and routing. Definitely. Okay. So there won't be any interview without these two questions asked. Okay. STP is definitely they are going to ask you, and along with that, routing. Very, 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 very important topics for you guys to prepare if you are looking for any jobs in networking field. Okay, if these are not clear, you are going to face so much of issues in your job interviews. Okay, because you can easily get confused if these concepts are not clear. And I'm not going to cover just theory. Okay, because covering just theory is not about learning a topic. I will be explaining each and every topic with some practicals. Okay. Guys, please be on mute. Simran Chowdhury, please be aware that you are in a live session. Okay. Whenever you are unmuting, make sure that you have some doubt, please. Okay. Cool. Okay. So I will be covering all the practical sessions, whatever is present. I mean, what are the topic? It's not only theory which I'm going to cover. So I will be covering the theory followed by a practical. So the session is going to be like, first I'll explain all the theory, whatever is required. Then we will be moving on to the labs, where I will be explaining on how to configure, on how to troubleshoot, and how to fix the networks. Let's say there is some problem in the network. How can you fix that problem? Okay, how can you find out what is a problem? So all these questions also you need to master. Okay, along with the concepts you need to master, because that's where network engineer comes into picture. Because in this present day world where AI is growing so much, so you need to have these skills of troubleshooting and all. Okay, and that doesn't come just by reading, it comes with experience. And that's why I'm here to help you guys, which I have learned through my experience. So I'll be sharing out all of these things about different kinds of problems which you can see in the network, and how to fix them in a step-by-step manner. Okay, so let's say there's some crime has happened. The police will investigate that in a step-by-step manner, right? They'll not directly go ahead and find out who is the culprit. So they'll first take the samples and all these things. Some like that, you will be the investigator of network. Police are investigators of the crime. You guys will be the investigators of networks. That means if something went wrong in the networks, you are the police of that one. You have to find out why, what happened in that, and you have to fix that. That is the responsibility of you as a network engineer. And for that, all your concepts needs to be very clear. Otherwise, you are going to face issues in the job interview or in the jobs also. Okay, so this will be the again 2 to 3 weeks of the course. Okay, so once this is done, we will be moving to some of the protocols. Okay, like DHCP, DNS, SNMP. So this is not the right time to discuss about all of these things, but these are some of the protocols which we use in the productions to help network engineers again. Okay, with some task. What are those tasks? Why we use DHCP? Why we use DNS? Why we use NTP? Why we use NAT? So everything will be discussed, and a practical on that will be present in the course. And finally, we all know how important security is in our particular modern world. Okay, you have seen people hacking the systems and all. So if your particular network or if your company network is not secure, then that means anyone can take charge of, let's say you have opened a business today. Okay, and you have built a very good network, but that network doesn't have a good security. Okay, and someone entered into your network and stolen all your raw data. That means you are losing the business. So he has your data, whatever the data he has, you have, now the hacker have it. So he can sell it anywhere and your competitors can make use of it. Okay, so in the present modern world where we are connected mostly via internet, security is one of the most important topic to be considered while building the networks. So here in this particular section, we will be discussing about what are the different kinds of security. What is security, first of all? When I say security, what exactly needs to be covered? What there is something called as CIA triad: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So what is that CIA triad? Okay, how does the network engineer will take care of it? So all these things will be discussed in this particular course, in this particular section of this course. And finally, another trending topic of today's modern world, which is automation. Okay, so automating whatever the work we are doing, at some point everything will get automated. So in that particular, we are living in that particular world, so we need to definitely have some idea over those concepts. So that's why Cisco has kept that particular section in the one which is 10% of the total. Okay, so where we will be discussing about what is automation exactly, how people do the automation. Okay, here we will not be doing the coding part and all, but we will be understanding how the network engineers will develop the program and how they will use that program to in an efficient way. Okay, to work to make the network work in an efficient way. So that will be discussed in this particular. So overall, this is a 8 weeks course if you are going for weekdays, and it is a 12-week course if you are going for weekend batches. So this is the one which I have to say you guys, and now I'm open to questions if you have any. So let me know if you guys have any questions.
Hey, hi Nitish.
Hi.
Thanks for the info. Actually, I joined little late. So could you just give me some brief idea about this session?
So
Because I joined very late, I mean, when you were on page 4.
okay, so actually what I did in the past 5 minutes is only I said why CCNA is so important for you guys to study, and how much value you are going to get, and what are the different topics which are discussed, which we'll be going to discuss in this course, like step-by-step process. So that is what I have discussed till this point. I hope I have answered your question.
Yeah, sure. And will we be able to get this document? I mean, because this looks like a kind of like steps or syllabus for this
Sure,
course. So
sure. I mean, it's already on the internet. You don't need to wait for me to send it. You can just go to Google and say Cisco or CCNA syllabus PDF.
no,
This is it.
but you said you will be following this, right? So
Yeah,
is it the same thing that you will be
it's the
following?
same thing. See here.
Okay.
So on the Google, I'm just clicking on Cisco syllabus. I got the first link, which is this. I'm clicking on that. I'm getting.
Okay.
You can directly get it. So this is not prepared by me. This is prepared by Cisco, which I will be following. Okay.
Hi Nitish.
Yeah.
So you said you explained the use of CCNA. So what are the uses we have if we learn CCNA or if we clear the CCNA certification?
Okay.
So can
I'll
we
give
get
you.
that info?
See that for that I need to explain the business perspective. Okay. Why? See, there are Juniper certificates also. Okay. So why? What is the difference between CCNA and Juniper? Let's talk about that. Okay. So you guys know that Cisco is a leading company in the world, right? Correct. What I mean by that is when I say leading company in the world, Cisco has captured 50 to 70% of the market. That means whatever the network you take, whatever the company you take, definitely they will be using Cisco devices. So understand this, when companies are using Cisco, when they want to hire the people, will they hire Cisco people or Juniper people? like you are
Cisco
using
only.
Cisco. So that means
Hmm.
for you who wants to do a job, so definitely there will be more opportunities, right? Let's say
Yes.
if Juniper have 20 openings, Cisco will have 100 openings because Cisco has broader market. So many people are using the Cisco devices. That means so many opportunities you get. That is the difference between Juniper and Cisco. I mean, in terms of concepts, there won't be any difference. Okay, basically network is the same thing, whether it is done by Juniper or Cisco. But in terms of job opportunities, that's where the farak will come. That means that's where the difference comes. You will have so many opportunities to try out. So that is where it is a very impactful. So people will value if you are a CCNA more than you are a Juniper or XYZ. I'm not against Juniper, but I'm trying to explain it from the business perspective.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, a related question. It's many difference in Cisco or other industrial brands when we use CLI.
CLI, yes, they definitely there will be difference. So if you see here, I'll just explain it. Okay, you have a Samsung phone and you have a Oppo phone. Okay, both of them at the end of the day they will have the same interface, but the way they interact will be different. A little different will be there. Correct?
Oh, right.
So two phones itself don't have the common things in the same thing, like two brands in the phones. So we are dealing with something very big in the internet, routers and switches. So definitely Juniper will have their own CLI and Cisco will have their own CLI to interact with. Understood? I hope I have answered that question. Any other questions? All good questions I got. Any others? Any other questions?
Hello.
Hello? Yeah.
हाँ सर, मैं ये मेरा सवाल ये था, जो इतना ये कोर्स है, ये 2 महीने में कैसे हो पाएगा सर?
Yeah, definitely. Weekdays. That means Monday to Friday. Every day we will be sitting for 1.5 hours. So 8 weeks, 1.5 hours, it's around 60 hours. So we can easily complete this. 60 hours, somewhere around 60 hours, this particular course will have. So just think, okay, 8 weeks I said, every day, not every day, Monday to Friday. So 1.5 hours every week is 7.5 hours we will be spending. And like that, we'll be spending 8 hours. So 60 hours, more than enough to cover the topics, even with practicals, not only just theory. So we can even cover the practicals, we can do the discussions, I can answer your doubts. So no one on the internet have given this much of content. 60 hours is a very big thing. Okay, for CCNA, generally they'll cover it in some 30 hours or something like that. So 60, we are literally covering double of that. Okay, so yes, it is possible. And I have taken multiple batches. Okay, this is not my first batch. So if you see
सर
here,
जैसे
all these are
कुछ
my batch.
कुछ समझ में नहीं आया तो रिपीट के लिए, जैसे क्या है कि सर इंग्लिश
Yeah,
वीक
you can always ask. Okay, that option
इंग्लिश
is always there. Okay.
नहीं सर, आप एक मिनट, जैसे आप इंग्लिश में करवाओगे सर टोटल क्लास, और मेरी इंग्लिश है वीक, और फिर कुछ समझ में नहीं आया तो रिपीट करें तो कैसे होगा सर उसका?
Yes, I can repeat. Okay, but this is an English batch, so mostly I will be talking in English only.
नहीं, वो क्लियर है सर कि जैसे आप पढ़ाओगे वो आ जाएगा समझ में, इतना कुछ नहीं है।
Sure, I can answer you. I can repeat that particular one. Okay, not a problem.
So all of the classes will be starting from 8:30 p.m. daily on weekdays, and it will be gone from 1.5 hours. So
timings part, please talk to the team because I am not sure how they have planned. They said that they will plan that. So please talk to them. Gaurav, are you there? Gaurav.
Yeah, Nitin.
Can you please comment on the timings part, because we got one question on the timings.
For initial 1 week we have a timing 8:30, but yes, from next week it's 9 only.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And it will be 1.5 hours for each
Every day,
of the
yeah,
weekdays.
correct. You're right.
Okay,
weekdays.
okay. Thank you. Thank you.
On the weekend, it's 2 hours or 2.5 hours on Saturday, on 2.5 hours on Sunday.
That's how it goes. Any other questions? Other, come on. We have some time. You guys can talk. Okay, again, I will be so informal to you guys. That means you can talk to me as a friend. Okay, not as an instructor also. So even anything related to your career. Okay. So you might ask, some people might ask this question, what after CCNA? Anyone has this thing? Because when you want to be in this particular one, the CCNA is just a stepping stone. But what after that? So if you see, these are all the certifications which are in Cisco offering. So right now you are just starting the first step in CCNA. So after that, what you have to do? So there are 3 categories of Cisco, how Cisco looks at you guys. Okay, first is first level, level 1, 3 levels. Level 1 is associate, level 2 is professional, level 3 is expert. Okay, so you guys are right now going to study the associate, which is the basic level or level 1 of the networking. Okay, once that is done, you need to be creating yourself, right? Definitely you need to stay in this particular field for at least some 10 years. Okay, no one wants to shift their domain every 2 years or 3 years. You need to make sure that you are in this particular domain for at least 10 years or 15 years. Okay, then you need to go for the next step. But if you see in the professional, there are multiple certifications. Here in associate, just it is simple, which is CCNA, but in professional there are many. So one is enterprise, service provider, data center, security, and collab. Now, the question is, what is the difference between these? So again, for all these, you need to understand from the business perspective. Okay, so there are companies in the market, but they are divided by the category of networking. If you see companies like Google, Amazon, they are enterprises. That means they are serving for something else. They have a business. To support their business, they are using the internet. But if you see the companies like Airtel, Jio, they also have the business, but their business is to provide the internet. Understood? The business of Airtel and Jio is to provide the internet, but the business of Google and Amazon, Facebook is not to provide internet, is to provide the services. So the way we do the networking in enterprise, which is Google, Amazon, Facebook, and the way we do the networking in companies like Jio, Airtel is totally different. Not totally different, but mostly different. Okay, so like that. So next we have data center, like companies like AWS, Azure. So the way we do the networking there, and if your company have a data center, the way we do the networking there is totally different. Not totally different. To an extent, it is different. The base will remain same. On top of that, the extra coatings will change from here to here. And the most important thing of internet, security. So how can you add security? That is also a networking. But security itself has something else. Let's say you wanted to continue your career in security, and this is a module you can focus on in professional. Okay, let's say you wanted to work for companies like Google and Facebook, then you can concentrate on CCNP enterprise, and so on and so forth. Okay, this particular decision you cannot take right now. Okay, so but slowly in the course, I will be taking some sessions on how can you plan your career also, like not only CCNA, what after CCNA. Okay, what should you take, enterprise or service provider? So we can have those discussions, not at this point of time, because this is just the starting. So I don't want to overwhelm you guys with so much of information. So slowly, once we complete some topics, then you will get a clarity. What is the difference between enterprise and service provider? What is the difference between data center and enterprise? Then you will be in a good position to make a decision. So this is not the right time to make a decision. So for now, we will stick to CCNA. We will learn CCNA. In the process, if you have any doubts on your career or something like that, you can always ask. Okay, so and finally, expert. Expert is the last level. Okay, if you are expert, you will be having so much of what is that? So demand for you guys, expert, and it is not an easy certification to clear. Okay, It's very, very, very hard. 8 hours lab. So you need to do the networking that for 8 hours. So it's a very, very, very tough exam, but again, very valued one. If you are an expert, definitely you don't need to go for opportunities. Opportunities will come for you, to your doorsteps, they will come. Okay, the HR will message you, hey, we are interested to take you into our particular organization. So that's how much value expert have. But for all these things, the step one is CCN. Anything you wanted to do, step one is CCN. Any questions?
Yeah, thank you. Can I ask you one thing?
Yes, you can ask.
Yeah, should I have a laptop? If you need a laptop, how much configuration should I have? Should I have in the laptop?
So for configuring the labs and all, I mean, you will get the lab access according to this course, along with this course.
Okay.
So there will be, the team will share your link. So for that, you don't need to have any configurations. Okay. Let's say you're opening, if you can open google.com or youtube.com in your browser, then that will work for you. You no need to have, because those will be running on the servers which are hosted in the networking's organization. So that will not run on your laptops. So anything, if you can open any of these websites, like how I'm opening now, just the website, then you can open those also.
Okay, then
there is a tool called Packet Tracer. You can install that. Okay, so that is a free tool. Okay.
Okay. Is that a kind of this stimulator which is related to these things, or?
Sorry, I didn't understand your question.
No,
sir.
is that a? I mean, is that a kind of a stimulator? This related to CCNA or?
Which one? Packet Tracer?
Yes, sir.
Yes. It is something which is offered by Cisco only, free of use, free of cost. You can install it on your laptops, and that is still simulated. Okay, that is not going to be on the live routers and devices. So that is like a virtual environment where you can go ahead and try out the things.
Okay,
it is very good for you, someone like you guys, okay, who is starting your careers in the CCNA.
Okay, will you be teaching on it? When you are taking classes. Okay.
Most of my teachings will be on Packet Tracer, but because there are some tools on the Packet Tracer which can help you. But the advanced labs, the basic labs will be on the Packet Tracer, because Packet Tracer has this future of simulation, okay, which I like the most. So you guys, it is easy for you guys to practice on that. But when we move slowly, when we go to routing section here, which I said, so this is where some complex things can happen. So that's where we need to move on to those labs, and we will do it. And on the labs, you will always have the practice. So people will there are pre-built labs where you can go ahead and practice. Let's say I'm teaching on Packet Tracer, but these virtual labs which are going to share to you guys once you got enrolled to the course, so you can go ahead and practice on that. So this is the Packet Tracer. If you see, this is a router, and this is a switch, and this is a end device. This is a PC, server, and this is a phone.
Okay.
So on and so forth. So we'll be connecting all of these. We'll do the routing and all, and that's how we go with the course.
Okay, will you be giving any documents after after this thing is completed, when to take an exam, you guys support to do such things?
Exam, I'm not sure, because here our primary topic will be on the course. Okay, but you can always prepare for that, and you can ask the questions. Okay,
I mean, if someone is going to take an exam and they pay extra money, will you provide support until I take an exam? I mean, if I have doubts on that,
guys, we guys are not doing that kind of activities. Actually, we are associated with Red Hat, Cisco, VMware, and all. So we are a partner, official partner, basically. So we are not supposed to do. Yeah, there are multiple ways, but we cannot say right now here.
No. The thing is, okay, then let me rephrase my question. If I take an exam and I have if I am taking an exam and I am preparing in this kind of stimulator, to create any such things, the way you are creating right now, and if something is failed in between, I mean, if I make a phone call about these things, will you be answer how these things is failed and how to make it right?
Yeah, so our most of the training is based on the scenarios only. Let's suppose if in case you have any issue or any tickets where you're supposed to resolve that, so what step you have to follow? Yeah, the training is based on that only. And
Okay.
even if in case I'll talk about the exam prospect, it's a multi-choice question. Niti,
Yeah.
I'm right?
Yeah, so it is a 105 questions. Okay, so the exam will be for 2.5 hours, and there will be 105 questions. So it's all multi choices. Okay, so no need to create the labs on the CCNA. But slowly they are starting to include the labs. But in that also, they'll be saying you on, like, I'll be explaining in that terms only, like how it will be asked in the CCNA exam.
Okay.
What is expected and what is not expected. That's
Okay, and one more thing. He's you're from Bangalore. I'm from Hyderabad. He's from Bangalore.
No, guys, we are from Chandigarh, and from last 9 years, we guys are giving online trainings on all the technology from the CCNA to till CCI or any of the security things or even cloud.
No, the company is based out of Bangalore.
No, we are from Chandigarh.
Okay, the company itself is based out of Chandigarh.
Yes, correct.
Okay, okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Hi Nitesh, is there any placements providing?
Gaurav, can you please comment on that?
So guys, see, whenever we have any option or opportunity or any mail which we are getting from the companies, from the MNC companies, yes, we are recommending our candidates profile to the companies. But yes, specifically there is no assistant or something. Yes, we can help you. We can share your resume with the companies.
Okay, thank you.
And one more thing, this who is going to teach us, for the next 60 days or 45 days? Nitesh, what do you do? Okay, what do you do,
Network
Nitesh?
consulting engineer.
Okay, are you working somewhere?
Yes, network consulting engineer.
Okay.
I cannot disclose my company name.
I understand all those things.
So,
I just want to know this. What do you do? That's it. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Nitesh. Thank you. I'll talk to your team and then I'll join this coach.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Thank you.
So thanks, Niti. Guys, I'm gonna drop an email for the next class. Accordingly, I'll join the classes. Okay.
Yeah, sure.